Kia ora, and welcome to Constellations and All That. I'm your host, Tracy Cartwright, and together we will be exploring the world of family constellations with facilitators and clients from around the world, looking at different perspectives and experiences in the work, having a cup of tea and just chatting with some friends around their experiences in constellations. We'd love for you to join us. I hope that you enjoy this series as much as I have loved making it. Kia ora, everyone. Welcome to Constellations and All That. Can you believe that today is the 11th of the 11th, 2025? Time is going so fast. Already just so close to the end of the year. And today I have the pleasure of chatting with Laura. Hey, Laura, how are you doing?
Hi, Tracy. Hi, everyone. I'm doing great. It's really lovely to be here today.
Yeah, it's really good to have you here. As you know, I know you've listened to some of my podcasts. I'm going to invite you to introduce yourself and where in the world you are, and just a little snippet about yourself, and then we'll see what the field reveals.
My name is Laura Dheygers. I was born in Poland. Right now, I am residing in Bali. And when you mentioned the date 11/11, well, it's not only numerologically that it's powerful, but it's also Poland's Independence Day.
Ah, wow.
So yes, I just connected that and like, wow, I'm having this interview on Independence Day.
Beautiful. And your last name, where does that come from?
This last name is
Mm-hmm.
from my husband, who is French with also Belgian ancestors, and the surname is actually from Belgium. But my maiden surname is not the easiest either. It's Chabotar, so the spelling of that is also crazy. So my surname just got from one difficult one to another.
Keep people on their toes, hey?
Totally, including myself.
You have children?
Yes, I have a 3-year-old son. Yes, born in Bali and growing up here for now, and it's been a beautiful journey.
Yeah. What took you to Bali?
Adventure. I
Adventure.
think yes, I think like a lot of people that come here is the adventure that is calling us. And what happened is life lined up in such a way, and Bali was so generous for me that I just could stay here. Now it's been over a decade. So I came here just for a few months, but I can feel a very special connection with the energy of the island, the spirit of the island by the island. It's a very powerful connection. It's been very powerful throughout this decade, yes.
Absolutely. Mama Bali,
Oh,
they call
yes.
it, don't they? Mama Bali.
Yes, she
Yeah.
holds me well.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. What a place to raise your children.
Yes, quite incredible.
Yeah. As you shared a melting pot, you'd shared with me before we started to record. And that's how I often describe myself as well, as a melting pot with such a beautiful blend of ancestral pathways, you know?
That's right. The moment we stop and look a little bit closer, it turns out that really we are from all over. It's just a matter of how far behind we are.
Exactly. So tell me, how did you first meet Constellations? How did it find you?
First, it found me through a friend speaking over 15 years ago. I remember this friend was trying to explain me the method. And I experienced what happens when someone explains to you family constellations and you have no idea how it actually works. So I was confused,
Mm.
interested, intrigued, yes, but it was really difficult to imagine how it works. And then it was difficult for me to find a place where I could do this because around the area where I lived at the time, there weren't so many practitioners. And actually, the way things have been unfolding, I started reading about it just out of interest. And then over a decade ago, I was able to participate in my first workshop. And that was a huge revelation. 2-day workshop with 20, maybe 30 people, so quite a large group in which everybody did their full constellation.
Wow.
Yes, it was very powerful. It was with Anutosh, who I hold dearly in my heart. And that was really an incredible introduction to it because Anutosh was such a beautiful facilitator also. It's not just the method, but also the facilitation was
Mm.
incredible. And that got me even deeper into this whole journey.
And was that in Bali or back in
Yes,
Poland?
that actually happened. No, that happened in Bali.
Oh, wow.
So many people from all over the world come here that it's actually much easier to meet people and experience
Mm.
different kind of things and practices just when you're here.
Yeah. And I hear you when you first hear about family constellations, it's like, well, that
Mhm.
doesn't make, sometimes it can feel like, doesn't quite make sense until you experience it. And
Yes,
then it's like, now I understand. Because someone had tried to explain it to me before I had my first experience with it as well. And I was like, it wasn't
yes,
until I experienced it that I was like, and there was something in me that felt like I knew the work once I had
that's right.
experienced it. Mm.
That's right. And it was similar for me also because the moment I actually experienced it, I felt like I'm putting a hand in the glove.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice analogy. Beautiful.
I've been interested in my ancestors. For the longest time, I grew up in a family where we were connected with ancestors physically because they were still alive, but also through stories. I've been entangled in a lot of family trauma. I've been digging in my own way, let's say. Yes, kind of doing it blind and just seeing what comes up, and then being able to do it, accessing the field with the constellations. It made so much sense. It gave me so much more insights. It really gave me profound understanding about how families function and
Mm.
how we control nothing and how it never started with us and it never
Exactly.
started with them.
Yeah, yeah. And doesn't that just, it's almost like there's a breath out when you can land that one in your body, like, okay.
Yes,
Yeah, it's like it just because sometimes life just seems heavy and hard and oppressive, and when we can take a breath out and just go, okay, it didn't start with me. How can I let this go? What do I need to let go of? And finding your way towards that, yeah. Because
exactly.
don't get me wrong, I did a lot of naughty stuff myself when when I was young, and I'm own that, but knowing that actually those were all unconsciously led by what was already going on behind me as well.
When you engage with it, there comes this understanding th- that this energy that manifests in your life in some kind of troubling way is just looking for healing. It's just looking
Mm,
for that. It's not looking to make your life difficult. It's just waiting. It's just looking for someone who's going to stop and look at that. And that
mm.
changes everything.
And so, where do you come in your family system?
I'm the middle sister of three, but I was raised as number one
Oh,
because my half brother didn't grow up with us. So for the longest time, that also brought some confusion. Yes,
yeah.
to feeling like I'm the oldest child, well, I'm completely not.
Did you know about him?
Not initially, I found out about him a little bit later.
Yeah, I know that confusion, and I think it's probably it's way more common than people imagine. All the secrets and the families that have had to, move on and
That's right.
yeah.
I do have a feeling that this story was not the first one in our family, that it's been like this already in the past a few
Mm,
times. I really connect with that a lot.
yeah.
And it also was a part of my journey of looking for things in the ancestral realm. So very important, really, in that regard.
So, if you don't mind, if I ask, how did things change for you when you took your place as the second child?
It's not easy to do that fully, that's for sure. Especially that my half brother is not very close to me and to my sister. So we're still kind of alone, just the two of us. But surely there comes this deep understanding. It's like, hey, there is someone older than me, actually be in charge.
Yeah. Mm. I had two older brothers that didn't make it Earthside, and and they weren't given a place in our family system. But once they were, once it sort of was acknowledged through constellations, the memories of hearing the story, we only ever heard it once. But finding my place as number 6 versus
Mm,
growing up as number 4
mm,
was a relief for me
yeah, that's
to
right.
be able to stand in that place.
That actually comes. My first constellation was on that, on my whole family system, where I wanted to put it in order. And
Mm.
being able to put this family in order in that regard, it was really amazing. And it also made me understand that it doesn't really matter what our human relationships are, because on the soul level, the love is flowing. And that
Yeah.
brings a lot of peace into my heart.
Yeah, and the family soul knows too, doesn't it? It
Mhm.
brings these things back
Yes,
into alignment.
that's right. And as human beings, we are all on our individual journeys.
Mm. Yeah. So, how do you use constellations? Because some people here use family constellations, some people do systemic or organization or all of it.
I use it in all ways, really. I do family constellations. I do them in personal one-on-one sessions, but also in workshops. And I do systemic work as well, usually during workshops where with a group we explore different ideas, different issues.
And I see that you do a bit of work around financial blocks. And
That's right, I do quite a bit of work
can
around
you, can
that.
you talk about that? Because I know that people's ears will be pricking up because that's always one thing, right? One of the many things that people are always interested in learning a bit about.
Yes, and it's just such a relief to create a space where people can talk about it. I feel that we are
Mhm.
pretty blocked in our society and culture where we can talk openly about money. Even if some cultures are more open to talk about money, it's only one story that they want to share. But money is so much more. It's part of a very powerful energy. And if we can understand it in terms of energy, our relationship with money, finances, and abundance can be much easier. This subject really came to me in constellations when I was working with a group exploring people's relationship with money. And one person had a very specific energy around them that I just felt it, and the words that I had in my mind were financial trauma. I'm like, hey, what's
Mm.
financial trauma? I never heard of that. I've heard of all the other traumas, childhood trauma, sexual trauma, war trauma. No, but financial trauma, no, I've never heard of that. But then I went over to the person I said, look, this energy that is next to you, I think it's financial trauma. That's how it feels to me. She shared that she lost $1 million from one day to another, and that
Whoa.
was basically the money that she had. So that really gave me a lot of understanding how that energy manifests, that it's real, it can be there. And I got very interested. I wanted to know more. So
Mm.
after the workshop, I started online research and I was very disappointed. A few dry articles and some people trying to teach me how to manage my finances, which is completely not what I was looking for at the moment. And I started doing my own research with the clients, really, going into the financial trauma, how it manifests in the life, in the stories. And based on that, I was able to gather a lot of data, gather a lot of research and insights. And I was able to, this actually set me on a journey of wanting to connect with the energy of money and abundance on a different level,
Mm.
where it's not just the physical that I have in my hand, but I wanted to know what's behind it. And that actually came, it graciously came to my work, and I'm able to connect with it, and I'm also able to share this connection with other people through my workshops or through one-on-one sessions.
Fabulous.
Sorry?
And you run retreats too, don't you? So do you do like financial abundance retreats or?
I am planning for next year to actually have a specifically retreat about that, because it turned out I've done quite a few workshops And I've been doing a lot of exercises with myself and with one-on-one sessions. And I realized that I have so much content that it's not enough for me to share in a half-day workshop or one-day workshop. They're still powerful, but I really would love to take people on the journey that is a bit fuller.
Yeah. Is there something that you would say to people, like something that they could do at home,
Yes.
just to like feel into the field and have you got anything that comes to mind?
Just like a diagnostic of your relationship.
Oh,
Yes?
yeah.
Okay. So, for example, how about we just do it together right now?
Okay. Sounds
Yes?
good.
Okay. So, if it's comfortable for you, close your eyes, take a deep breath, connect with your body, and imagine that money is in front of you. And it can be an abstract, it can be a person, but it's right now here, just in front of you. How does it look?
It's really interesting because as we started, I got this really beautiful excitement in my chest,
Mm.
and it showed up like as a pile of money, but with a Christmas angel sitting on it,
Oh, yeah.
blowing a horn. And I'm not religious at all. I'm spiritual, but I wouldn't say I was religious. But it's like one of those traditional angels that you see blowing a horn. So,
Okay, that's incredible, but we're not done with the exercise. So
yep.
when you're there with this tree just in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
what feelings that arise when you look at it?
Joy and excitement.
Does money want you to know anything? Does it have a message to you? Is there some sort of personality around this tree?
Yeah, just when you asked that question, it was, I'm not as far away as you think I am.
Okay. That's a good message.
Mm.
Does it like you? When money looks at you, does it like you?
Yeah. It's so interesting the feeling inside me at the moment. Like it's this whole, that magnetic attraction when you see someone that you're really attracted to. Like I'm not seeing a face or anything. It's that feeling in my heart.
Hmm. So the money is attracted to you.
Yeah, and I'm attracted to it,
And
obviously.
okay. Okay. Is there anything that you can do to have this energy, this relationship more flowing? Or do you think it's already there?
When you ask that question, I go into a little bit of, I feel really small when you ask that
Mm.
question. Like I get a little bit blank. I think movement would help if I
Mm.
moved around that space.
Maybe you can try dancing
Right.
around this tree,
Yeah, that feels, yeah.
and you can tell money, money, I see you.
Do you want me to say it out loud?
You can, you don't have to.
Okay. Money, I see you. Ah, and when I say that, like I can hear the trumpets playing, not just
Wow.
see them. Nice.
It sounds to me like your money wants to be loud.
It can has my permission to be as loud as it likes.
You have my permission to be as loud as you want.
You have my permission to be as loud as you want, money. That feels exciting. Fantastic. Do we leave it there?
Well,
That-
yes, we can do it here. So this is a very simple exercise that can already give some more understanding of what is my relationship with money and what
Yeah,
money.
it was a real surprise what showed up. It was like no expectations. Just when I closed my eyes, I was like, oh wow.
You're a Christmas tree. I didn't realize that. Beautiful.
And you know what's so funny? Because I have my daughter calls me the Christmas Grinch. For the last few years, I haven't enjoyed Christmas. Both my parents died at Christmas.
Oh, that's really sad. I'm sorry.
Mm. So it's nice to see the Christmas tree, the pile, and with the angel on it, and then
Yeah.
to be able to say, yes,
And
that feels beautiful. Yeah.
and it actually feels to me like there is some kind of honoring that has to happen around it.
Mm.
So specific to see a Christmas tree in relation to
Yeah. Yeah.
religion.
Yeah. And maybe this year there
Maybe
can
this.
be some joy. There'll be more joy in life
Don't
back in
forget the
Christmas.
angel.
Oh, that's a beautiful exercise. Thank you for that.
You're
I
very
love that.
welcome.
I love that. I really love that. And so you're going to have a retreat
Yes,
and
so for next year, I am thinking of actually doing this retreat, probably in Indonesia. I'm not 100% about it, but I do have a lot of exercises. This one is, it's an exercise I'm using during workshops sometimes.
Hmm.
It really can give people a lot of insights in terms of where they are at and where they would actually like to be. But that is with full understanding that everybody is at a different place in their journey, of
Yeah.
course. So we might be inspired by the results of other people, but they surely don't define our own experiences.
Mm, yeah. Well, Indonesia. And you have some connection to, is it one of the Gili Islands? Am I understanding that right?
That's right, Gili Asahan, which is a very beautiful remote place where we like to go with my family and just relax for a few days, far away from the commotion of Bali.
Whereabouts is that? Because I went to Gili Tarangan.
Travangan. But the Asahan is in the south of the island,
Ah, okay.
in the
Yep.
south of Lombok. Mm. But I've heard you were there, you were in Lombok for a retreat this year.
Yeah, I was there in September with Denise
Ah,
Warner and Susan Aschwager and
beautiful.
uh, had a great time. My husband's still home recovering from it, actually. He had such a good time. He broke both of his wrists
Oh my God.
and he hasn't been able to go back to work since. But
Oh
yeah,
wow.
it was a life-changing for him, or all of
Yeah.
us really, in many different ways. But yeah.
Sorry about that. But it was in Lombok, the
Yeah,
accident.
yeah. And that retreat was called Yes to Life. So he managed to find that in his experiences. Yeah. It's
Wow,
part of the journey, isn't it? When you travel into remote countries and
things happen.
life is things happen. Well, yeah.
Yes, it's especially uncomfortable when they happen in Indonesia. I understand that.
Yeah, I thought he handled it really well. And the Indonesian people were beautiful and very accommodating. So yeah, it was good. Yeah. I mean, some people are looking at me when I'm saying, yeah, it was actually the best thing that happened to him.
He slowed down.
Yeah, he's looking at life very differently. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
The gifts that come.
I know. Exactly. Let's see. What else do I want to ask? Or should I say, what else does the field want me to ask? How do you describe it to people? How would you, in your own words, describe constellation work?
It's a practice that helps you discover unseen blockages and gives you tools to release them so that you can embrace a joyful and more peaceful life
Nice.
in the simplest of ways.
Yeah, no, that's nice. It was, yeah, straight to the point. Sometimes if we give too much explanation, it can get quite heady, but that was beautiful. I can really feel
Yes.
that. Nice and calm in the system.
And
Mm.
especially with family constellations, if you try to explain too much, I think to people that don't know, to people who hear about it for the first time, it's really overwhelming.
Mm.
So just keeping it as simple as possible. Sometimes in an explanation like that, I will also throw in transgenerational trauma. But even that is like already taking it into a place where people have a difficulty to connect with.
Yeah.
Because
Change the subject or run out the door.
that's right, and they cannot see this transgenerational trauma in their life. They don't understand that the patterns that they're experiencing are not really their own, that the stories that they go through started a long time ago. So it doesn't really fully resonate. But hidden blockages, subconscious beliefs, that is something that people can work with.
Mm. Does your partner understand constellations? Like, has he experienced constellations?
He's experienced them in on the personal level, so he understands them to a point. I think a group workshop is still waiting for him to happen when the time is right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. Who would you say are some of your favorite teachers?
Oh wow. I have so many. One of the reasons is that I participated in Jonin's Liga-based
Mhm.
online training, and her training involves between 30 to 50 different facilitators. So being able to learn from that is just incredible. It gave me an insight that really it's like a fingerprint, and everybody's going to do this in their own way. And just showing me that with so many different facilitators, there are going to be certainly the ones that I'm going to resonate more than others. I guess a personal favorite of mine is Judith Hemming.
Mm.
She's a maestro for me. She's the way she's doing constellations and the interviews is just incredible.
Yeah.
Yes, so surely that. But really, there's been a lot of teachers that I fell in love with, included Margaret Kuning, Bill Manel, Dragos Ritti. And the beauty of that course was that I was able to really just see so many beautiful,
Mm.
talented, and very knowledgeable people
Yeah.
at work.
And because it's all changed so much from when I started the gatherings, like COVID really changed the way in which
Mm,
things happen,
right.
and some are starting to come back together. I've just come back from Mexico, having been with Francesca Mason Boren and Angwin
Okay.
St. Just and Gala Rabel and Barry Crossed, and into the big gatherings that have taken a while to get back up and running,
Mm,
the in-person ones. Yeah. Yeah,
it's,
Janine does an amazing job pulling all of that together and
it's amazing.
holding conferences in Australia as well, which I know that you were just there recently
Mhm.
as well.
I joined the one in October in Sydney. It was very beautiful, really incredible event. It's amazing that Janine is holding these spaces for all of us. Such an important
Mm,
work that she's doing.
absolutely. If someone wanted to work with you, how would they get in touch with you? I know, and I will share it in the thread below, but some people like to hear it audible. So, how would they
Sure.
find you?
I have a website called energyjourneys.com. I'm
Hmm.
also on social media with the same handle, Energy Journeys. And the best way to contact me is via Instagram or through my website form.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with people that you feel inspired, that might inspire someone to be curious about the work or
Sure.
anything that's there for you?
Yes, yes. I can talk a little bit more about financial trauma. When I started creating the workshops, or specifically for this, I also felt how taboo this subject was.
Yes.
No one talks about finances. And that was also a journey for me because I felt, this kind of pressure that I also should be quiet about it because we don't talk about it. So for me, it was a journey on its own to say, okay, but I really want to do it. So even though I feel that I shouldn't, I am going to do it. And once I started the work and the workshops, it really shows how important this space is for people where they can just talk about finances without being judged. And the way I talk about money and the energy of money, the energy of abundance is not looking for this human angle where it's inappropriate, greedy, or generally should be removed from the table because I want people to feel that behind the word money is a really powerful energy that they can connect with and they can have a better relationship with. And the moment that they can have a better relationship with money, they can have a better relationship with abundance. Having a good relationship with abundance will not happen if you don't fix your relationship with money. It's like a
Yeah,
gate.
because some
It's
people
like
think they're the same thing, right? But they're not. How would you describe, what would you say would be the difference?
many things that can be part of abundance. So it's going to be money, health, relationships, career, personal growth, network, your
Mm.
friends. So there's going to be really a lot of elements that can create abundance. But it's such a powerful energy that it's difficult for us with our human bodies to hold it in our body all the time. We can connect with it for a while, but then life happens and we will be jerked back. So because of that, it creates already a difficulty in connecting with abundance fully. Human beings were able to take a part of that energy of abundance that they can hold in their hand and that has a meaning and call it money. And money is an energetic container. It is communication with other people. It is trade. It's making many different types of relationship possible. So we were able to take something that we don't fully understand, but we were able to extract something, put a meaning on it that is understood in many different cultures and in many different countries. So that's how I see the difference between money and abundance. Money is being a part of that energy that is really great and powerful. And actually, the energy of abundance that comes even from a greater source just above it, the power of creation. So really, if you don't get money on that energetic level, that it's a part of something very powerful, raw, and creative, it's very difficult to connect with money fully, with abundance fully.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is the process that I'm taking people into. I've heard people saying, what is money? It's just a piece of paper or digits in my account. And this is not true. And when people are saying things like this, it shows me that you really don't know what you're dealing with. Because that energy, it wants recognition. It's very
Yeah,
powerful.
I mean, if you think about the stories when people talk about, money's evil, only the rich have it and they and the rich do evil bad things with it, or I'm thinking of some couple of people in mind. That's their story, and that seems to be what shows up for them in their life as well, like the real struggle with it because they have such a strong belief, which potentially is ancestral through their system of what is showing up for them. But yeah, we do have big stories around money, don't we? Around the finances and
Exactly. Exactly. And they start with beliefs. So the moment we can work with belief and shift the belief, we're able to have a different relationship with money. And by that, by doing that, we are creating for ourselves a different access and a relationship with abundance. But certainly, it all starts with the beliefs. For me, belief is that money doesn't grow on trees, so you have to work hard to get it.
Tim, I remember my parents used to say that, and I would say, but it's made from paper. Isn't paper made from trees? That was my comeback as a child.
There you go. But truly, do you know any good beliefs about money? Do you know any good proverbs about money?
Not well, no. I started creating my own, but what I've heard from my family system, oh, you've got to work hard. Nothing comes easy. Money, you get nothing for free. And I personally choose to change that narrative.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And it's beautiful on the personal level that you have the awareness and the capability to do it. But for the greater number of people, it's like we don't have
Mm.
good beliefs about money. And I just find it very weird. How come there aren't good proverbs about this subject?
Yeah, that
It's
comes, I believe, comes down to a lot of programming too, doesn't it?
exactly,
To keep
exactly,
us, to keep us
exactly.
from knowing how amazingly, powerfully abundant we all are.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Because when we tap into that energy, suddenly things start flowing our way
Mm.
and life becomes easier.
Yeah.
So we are brainwashed to fear money, to dislike
Mm.
it in some kind of way. Money is dirty.
Yeah.
How
Mm.
about all of that is not true? It just good sides and bad sides like everything else. It depends on how it's used by the person that holds it. But I'm missing some good proverbs about money, and I'd love to see those appear for our good as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Rewrite it, eh?
Right.
Yeah.
Money is energy.
Yeah. Money is energy. Exactly. when we're sharing it, rather than holding on to it and holding on to it tight, and we're sharing it, it allows for flow, and that can be come back to you with reciprocity and
Exactly.
in a much greater amount too, I believe.
Yes, and we have to trust that flow. We
Mm.
actually, this flow of money is a real thing. And part of the process, part of the exercises that I'm doing with people is actually trusting the flow of money, where you don't feel constrained, where you have to do something, when you have to pay for something.
Yeah.
You can do it with a peaceful mind and know that it comes back to you. A simple thing that can help with that, the shift of that mindset that I can share is whenever you pay for something, just think that you are spreading abundance.
Mm.
Because the money that you pay, it never finishes with the person or the institution you pay to. This money goes into so many different hands.
Yes.
It's bread on the table for so many people.
I
So,
yeah. I was taught, a friend of mine taught me this practice. Like, say for example, I'm giving you some money for a service that you've done for me, and take the money and I hold it to my heart, and I think about all the beauty and the deliciousness that I've received from you, and pour that into the money, and then gift it to you,
and
and
that's
then
really
you get to take that in as well, and it's just like when you do that simple act of consciously pouring, or rather than, oh, I've got to pay you some money for that service that you've just given me. There's a lack in there, right?
exactly complete
Yeah.
lack. And
Yeah.
it gives this contraction in the body, which
Yeah.
is really unnecessary because what you do is you have that gift that you receive and now you want to give it to another person. And you're spreading abundance with everything that you do, whether it's a big bill to pay somewhere or whether you're just buying coffee.
Mm,
And the thing that I like to do is actually like to thank money for that coffee. We
mm,
take money for granted and we treat it as something that just is. But I try to show that it's a relationship. And
mm,
how do you like to be in a relationship where someone takes you for granted all the time?
exactly.
It's not the
Mm,
best position for money. So just giving that appreciation. Oh, thank you for that coffee. That's so nice you got it for me. Thank you for helping me pay for that. There are small things, small adjustments that actually it's part of the training that you do with yourself, but they can shift how you receive money and how you spread the abundance.
mm. Have you seen in your work where there's been that ancestral block? I'm thinking of, I think it was Mark Wallen talked about a couple of siblings that he'd worked with who found creating money incredibly easy, but they also couldn't hold on to it, and they were connected to some deep ancestral trauma. Have you seen that?
Many times I work with
Mm.
yes. So actually, the biggest, not the a large part of my work is financial trauma healing,
Mm-hmm.
where I take people on a journey of a set of constellations, and we start with that. We start with the transgenerational blockage that we entangled with, and we go into that to see it, acknowledge it, and release it. Only
Mm,
then we are able to move really fully with the present time and with the future intention. But if we don't release the transgenerational entanglements, we will always end up at a certain point. This is what happens with a lot of money mindset trainings. It's possible to train your mindset, but you have to put a lot of work into it. So you will train, you will grind, and you will get finally over here. But then everything in the past is just going to pull you back. And you will find
mm,
yourself with time at the point where, like, oh, I'm here again. So I have to do this training again. And then you push, and you again get your mindset to another level. But then again, something happens and it's pulling you back. And these are the transgenerational financial entanglements that are keeping you loyal. What happened to that pain that was not processed properly? So I've worked really with a lot of cases like that. And reasons for this can be so many. Loss of land, loss of business, divorce, loss of job, Actually,
Mm.
even a loss of a loved one, an early death can create that blockage that is going to manifest on the financial level.
Mm.
Hardship, of course, is a very common one where people have to work hard, where they experience scarcity, and that creates this energy blockage that we carry on later. Also,
Mm.
some bad deeds that our ancestors were involved in the past that are going to manifest in our life very often in a way where we're going to try to balance the system and sabotage ourselves. So, for example, we can make money, we are good at it, but we're not very good at keeping it.
Yes, yes. And
Yeah,
I see and I hear that about often people who win the lottery, for example, right?
exactly.
It's all lined up, they've won the lottery, but they just can't keep hold of it. It just goes.
And that when it comes to examples like this, it's well the transgenerational blockage for sure, but
Mm.
also it's the energetic level where is my container ready for that amount of money? And
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
not. I can hold 10,000, but I cannot hold 1 million. So I will quickly give it away because I just cannot do it. So there is a lot of there is a lot of that also when working with professionals, entrepreneurs or corporate. There's a lot of that of getting people to understand where they are at, what they are physically ready to hold in their body, where they want to be.
Mm,
Because if you explore this, you really are getting ready for that step. And you understand, oh, I want to be there, but I am not ready. What do I have to do to be ready?
yeah.
So I can actually hold it, embrace it, and enjoy it when it comes.
Sounds beautiful. Well, hopefully we'll a lot of people saying, hey, yeah, I'm ready for this, you know? Like I think people are changing and starting to see that when we change our mindset, we can change the energy. And when we've got a beautiful teachers like yourself that are evolving in the world, hey, what else is
Yeah,
possible?
that's right. When we change our mindset and our beliefs, we really change our life. It's possible, it's doable, and something beautiful is waiting at the other side of this journey.
And unlocking it for your children too, right?
Exactly.
Or your nieces and nephews, or just clearing the pathway for the future generations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't have to entangle with the same pain.
With the same pain. Yeah, they may create their own, but that's their,
And that's another story. They
yeah.
create their own is, you're free to do that, but it's okay.
Yeah,
I don't want you to carry what I had to carry and what my ancestors had to carry.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's actually very interesting in terms of transgenerational trauma because it can be created for our ancestors in so many different ways. So, one of the ways that I realized that I was entangled with it was that I was born in Poland and I come from a strip of land that was changing hands a lot throughout
Mhm.
history. Before the First World War, Poland wasn't even on the map because of all the partitions, which of course brings its own issues with it, like systemically. But then regarding the land that I come from, is that strip that after the Second World War was taken away from Germany and it was repopulated by immigrants, a lot of them just Polish settlers, but also from other countries that wanted to settle there. And it's because of the work that I've done, I realized that actually something happened that is completely unacknowledged by people who have been benefiting from what happened. The pain and the terror of having to leave everything behind. You just take a bag and you have to go because you are ordered to do so.
Yeah.
Other groups of people coming into that energy that really creates a lot of blockages. A lot of it created for me an entanglement that it really took years for me to see.
So were your ancestors migrants to the area, or
Mhm,
they
they
had
came,
been there?
yes. No, my parents actually came to that area.
Right, yeah.
Yes, yes, it's and millions of Germans were actually millions of people.
Wow.
Yes, very very big event. But this stayed in the energy and in the land, and really no one ever realized that it's actually still there.
Yeah, it does stay in the land, doesn't it? And
Yes,
and
exactly.
and shows up in your family system. I mean, and
It,
there are
it
many
did.
so different
Yes.
ways.
Yes, it did. It did. I believe that this is also one of the reasons why I even entered this journey of financial trauma and working with healing of financial trauma. Because this
Yeah,
is all about finances. This is all what happened there. You had to leave everything you owned
yeah,
and just go somewhere else. And then other people came and they were able to establish their lives on
yeah.
that.
And we're seeing that today, aren't we? People that have had to leave their own countries and try and new lives, and then others come in and take their places in their countries. And
Sure.
once the war settles down or the takeover is
Yeah,
complete or what is
exactly.
happening. Yeah.
Exactly, but we forget that actually in place like this, there's a lot of trauma, anger, hatred,
And repeated
sadness.
cycles of it. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay. So the work that you're doing and that you're clearing in your own ancestral line, have you seen the ripple effects within your family system with your
Yes,
siblings and your parents and cousins and
yes, yes, yes,
yeah.
definitely, definitely. I've seen it in my own life, my own family,
Hmm.
and then I can see the rippling effect going to further.
Fantastic. Well, you're doing an amazing job.
Oh, thank you.
Like there are so I love the thing I love about this work is that there are so different avenues
Mm,
and that we all have our own ways of coming to it as well.
yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, so grateful that you are, yeah, exploring this realm of constellation work and yeah, making it more easeful for people to find financial abundance. And I know that you do a lot of work around the flow of love as well.
Fine-tuning our system so we can
Mm,
find that frequency
yes.
and enter it.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for saying yes to coming on and being part of this
Thank
um,
you.
podcast with me today. And I look forward to meeting you in person sometime. We've seemed to have skirted around meeting in person, but I know that it's going to line up and yeah, we'll have an opportunity to meet someday soon.
Thank you, Tracy, for having me. I really appreciate that I could be here in this space and share it with you. It's fascinating that you are bringing this work to more people, and I definitely support that. So it's really wonderful to meet you. And yes, I hope that we can meet in person sooner than later.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be amazing. Thanks for being that bright light that you are. I can see that. Thank you for listening. Head over to Instagram and tell me what's resonated for you with this episode. You'll find me at tracy.cartwright. That's Tracy with no E, Cartwright. Or head over to my website, tracycartwright.co.nz, and receive a free audio with the gift from your ancestors. So until next time, be kind to yourself and have fun doing it.